I remember my first taste of manchego. I remember my first taste of manchego. I remember my first taste of manchego. This is about the delusion of fidelity. I'm the type to stretch saran wrap over the toilet bowl of your eyes and stare up at the streams of shit that periodically come over your life. And then you hold them on your face. And then if the flow is heavy, you're glad, and you smear shit against their asses. But what you don't realize is that there's nothing wrong with shit. The problem is with holding on to it. That's the saran wrap. The moon is over. Oh, sorry, I'm just on the phone. 1 minute, okay? Yeah, sorry. I was just telling them I'm on the line, so what? They want you to do an adaptation from a novelization of a film about a life based on documentary and research? Mm-hmm. What's the space of comparison in this context? Yeah, the role of comparison, I mean. Okay. The best thing to say in this next meeting is that say, people, let's stand in direct contravention to time. To believe in the God of the Catholic Mass offers a position that you have the answers, that the answers, have arrived from the past. Something like that. Yeah, it's a showstopper. Yep. Okay, well, good luck. I love you. Yeah, I love you. My uncle was a pastor, and in the autumn Easter of Sydney, I was taken to the agricultural fair, the Easter show, trams of displays, grand pavilions where farmers from an imagined heartland would display their wares. The Country Women's Association with a competition for the best pies, cakes, blah, blah, fields of fruit laid out to resemble a huge Van Gogh harvest as strokes of color on a slope, rotting slowly over the weeks of display, and children and adults running around with the Gooderfield show bags, Freddo Frogs, Hot Wheels, Barbie, Cosmo Girl show bag, Men's Health show bag, Gourmet Traveler tote bag. And I draw in my notebook a field of wheat with crop circles cut out in the shape of Miffy, the rabbit that Dick Bruno built, that I'm so glad is Dutch. So when I cycle around Amsterdam now, I see that konijntje everywhere. And if I saw these crop circles of Miffy IRL, I'd think, who's in charge here? Escorted by my uncle the pastor, because my parents were weary of the crowds and spectacle, weary of the repetition, ideally echoed abstracted or figurative harvest. He asks me if I'll come to his church, if I'd like to learn the faith. And, well, some of you know me already. I'm not gonna focus on my spiritual health. I spend those days instead practicing, whatever, like music, the clarinet, going to church to instead stare at a naked man on a crucifix with his arms spread like he's flying a rag floating above his Johnson, a resting spot between cleaning like it's the toilet brush in its cradle, ready to scour sticky shit from the porcelain cheek of the loo. I care more for the health of spirits. Spirits around me, than my spiritual health. When I was 14,